We stand at the edge of time, peering into a world so distant, so foreign, that it seems almost beyond our reach. Yet, this world once teemed with life, colossal creatures that thundered through the earth, their roars echoing through forests that no longer exist. A world where the very air was thick with the scent of damp ferns, the ground alive with movement, and the sky constantly shifting with the flight of creatures that never lived to see the dawn of human existence. Imagine this: a vast, primordial jungle stretching as far as the eye can see. It's nearly silent, save for the rustling of leaves. But something isn't right. The hairs on your neck stand up. You hear it, the low, resonating growl that vibrates the ground beneath you. It's the kind of sound that freezes your blood. You turn, and there it is, a silhouette emerging from the mists, massive, towering above the trees. It's a creature from another age, the king of this world, the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex, a predator so powerful, so perfectly evolved for one purpose: to hunt. Its enormous jaws, lined with teeth the size of kitchen knives, could crush bone with terrifying ease. Yet it wasn't the sheer size of this creature that struck terror into the heart of every living thing. It was its speed, its relentless pursuit. A hunter born of a planet where survival was the only law. As the sun rises in the sky, you hear the distant calls of other creatures, their sounds blending with the rustling of the leaves. For the T-Rex, this is a typical day. It's hungry. It's always hungry. But it's also constantly at risk, a vulnerability hidden beneath its muscular frame. Because in this world, even the mightiest of creatures must always be on guard. Imagine the struggle. Every day, every hour could be your last. This was a time where life had no guarantees. Creatures such as the T-Rex stalked the earth, but so did the massive Triceratops, with its sharp, intimidating frill and long horns that could impale any foe. Even the mighty T-Rex wasn't without its enemies. But the Triceratops wasn't the only one standing in the way of the great predator. There were others too, creatures like the Velociraptor, swift and cunning, working together in packs, their glowing eyes locked on every movement. These were animals born to survive, and their fight for life was as fierce as any. But what's even more astonishing isn't the battle between these colossal beasts. It's what lies beyond them, the unseen forces that shaped their world and ultimately brought them to an untimely end. The planet they inhabited was changing. A catastrophic event was on the horizon, one that would erase all they knew: the Cretaceous period. The final chapter of the Age of Dinosaurs was a time of unprecedented volatility. The Earth itself was shifting, continents breaking apart, tectonic plates grinding against each other in a way that caused mountains to rise and oceans to recede. The air was thick with the kind of change that heralded the beginning of the end. The sounds of the jungle, once filled with life and movement, began to grow quieter. The winds whispered of something terrible. Then, without warning, the sky itself seemed to crack open, a blinding flash, a sound like nothing you've ever heard before, and in an instant, the world was forever changed. A meteor, one that would be the size of a mountain, came hurtling toward Earth, its impact creating a storm of fire and ash. The very air was scorched. Plants withered and died. Oceans boiled. For creatures like the T-Rex, who had once ruled the land with iron jaws and relentless fury, this was their end. The planet they had once called home had betrayed them. But even as the dinosaurs fell silent, their bodies slowly turning to dust, their legacy was far from over. The world had changed forever. The crash that had once seemed like the end of everything gave rise to a new chapter in Earth's story. For what came after was equally as extraordinary, a world of mammals, of new creatures like the saber-toothed cat and the woolly mammoth. But the question remains, how would the story of the giants end? Their bones, their fossils, have been scattered across the earth like forgotten treasure, hidden in the deepest, most remote places, waiting to be uncovered. They are pieces of a story we are only beginning to understand. And now we stand on the threshold of this story, the next chapter just waiting to be written. With each fossil we find, we get one step closer to unlocking the mysteries of the ancient world, the world of the dinosaurs. What secrets will we uncover next? What revelations lie hidden in the ancient rocks, buried beneath layers of time? The Earth has always been a living, breathing organism, constantly evolving, constantly changing. Yet the echoes of the giants who once roamed it will never fade. They remain with us, forever etched into the bones of the planet. And as we dig deeper, as we uncover more, we come closer to answering the age-old question: what was it really like to walk in the land of the giants? The past is alive, my friend, and it's calling to us. The giants are waiting to be unearthed, and with each discovery, we step a little closer to bringing them back to life.